Hey guys, Z here. Just waiting a couple more minutes so we get some more people on, and we can get this going. And as always, we're going to start with development updates, and then move to an AMA. I see there are a couple of people that have requested to speak, but we'll open this at the time of the AMA so the team can go over the dev updates first. All right, guys, let's get this going. I see a bunch of the team is already on stage, so we can start with the dev updates. As always, we'll go through Sharded Minds, Landworks, and Metaportal, and then we're going to open up to community questions. So, one sec. First, Sharded Minds. I think we discussed this last time, but we're going to basically be having an airdrop for Sharded Mine holders. We can't give you the exact details yet, but it's probably going to be live in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And most probably it's going to be the same mechanics and not the exact economics, but just the mechanics of the universe and the league DAO airdrops, where basically your tokens get accumulated over a certain period of time and you can only claim one. So there's a cool little game theory into all of it. Stay tuned. In the next 1 or 2 weeks we'll have a detailed article, and the airdrop should be live shortly after. So by all means it should be live this month and probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I would say. That's that. And the goal of the airdrop is not just to do a random airdrop, it's just to, on the one hand, the main goal is to give governance power to the Sharded Mine holders. In the meantime, while we build utility for the NFTs, and we're already working on a bunch of things, especially for Metaportal, but also outside of that. For example, one of the cool little things that we're currently working on is having like a private, by private I mean NFT gated island within Nifty Island, and then similar events and spaces in other games and metaverses as well. So that's pretty much it. Super happy with the Charlotte Minds community so far. And from what we see is that we don't have like a bunch of flippers on board. We have like an organic community who's really into the not only into the NFT but into the whole EnterDAO project, and they're curious and passionate about what we're building in terms of infrastructure for the metaverse economy. So we're super grateful for that. Um, so that was Charlotte Minds. Giving the mic to Danny, who can give an update on Landworks, because there has been quite a lot happening there over the past 2 weeks.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Z, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Daniel.
Okay, great. So since our last community community co-update, we actually have a pretty big updates on the Landworks side. First of all, the Landworks protocol is live, the yield farming is live. There's around 35 parcels listed for rent and 4 estates. Some of them have not multiple, but I don't know, 5 or 6 parcels in them as well. So maybe around 50 parcels from the central land have been not staked, but listed in the marketplace and are available for rent. And on the other side, we've seen multiple rents already. One of the rents is for 1 month, which is pretty impressive. So that's something cool to see. We um, since the start of our Landworks work, we knew that bootstrapping the liquidity on the lending side would be not that much of a problem through the incentives with the yield farming. Uh, and the problem would be the renting side. However, we have a plan on the renting side to actually provide renters with an ability to choose from different service providers where they can, for example, some of them could build their scenes or experiences, helping them launch events in the central land, etc. So we are working in that direction, creating a marketplace where service providers can actually help renters achieve or launch events into the metaverse. So that's one thing that we are looking forward to and we're working on. Other than that, we have put out a blog post in the EnterDAO Medium and made an announcement. We had to upgrade one of the facets in the Landworks protocol since one of the lead engineer in the central land has gone through the protocol and disclosed one issue with maximum approvals for the Landworks contract. No users were at risk of the vulnerability in any way. We made sure that we've fixed the problem, deployed the new facet. So yeah, everything's written in the Medium article. You can see it, and it was part of the announcement channel recently. Other than that, some more alpha here other than the marketplace. We've started working on a generalized marketplace for NFT renting with built-in fractionalization. So we've seen a lot of the now that we have Landworks live, we're seeing some places where we can optimize it and even make it generic, not only for land. So we're working in that direction, plus include fractionalization of the land and in general for NFTs. So that would be huge enabler, I would say. We are in the beginning of that, writing the smart contracts right now. So it would take time before they are finished and are audited, etc. But just something to mention. Other thing that is noticeable for an update is that the Landworks team that's working right now for the front end is increasing. I mean, we've bumped up the front end team, and now we'll be able to have small features added incrementally in the next couple of weeks, such as ENS support in the Landworks protocol, having a Twitter bot that tracks whenever a parcel or a property is available for rent, or someone listed a new property, or a property that's being rented becomes available for renting. So that would be live in the next couple of days as well. And we're going over the UI of the Landworks protocol and the application basically, and we're going to create small UX UI improvements and deploy them in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, that's what's coming up for Landworks. Maybe we can go over Metaportal.
Yeah, just a second here. Before moving that, so Danny just leaked a whole bunch of alpha. Um, I want to unpack that for a second. So yeah, obviously, renting and lending of land is the first step in Landworks, and it's basically just one of the use cases for renting NFTs. And we believe that in order for there to be a market for renting NFTs, those NFTs should have utility. So land obviously has utility. In-game assets are going to be having utility. So we think that those assets should be able to rent and be able to for people to lend them out as well. So we're definitely building that, and we're also exploring different financial instruments and primitives around land as a virtual real estate and as a digital asset. So we're definitely building in those two directions. So Landworks started with renting a virtual land 2 weeks ago, but it's going to evolve into something much bigger than that. And yeah, we're all for it. And we're parallel to that, we're also going to be keep adding new metaverses and games to Landworks as a land renting marketplace. Obviously, the next thing that we're really looking at, and I know a lot of people are excited about that, is burrows. So we're going to keep you updated on that. So this is just some of the things that you guys can expect. So burrows, renting and lending of all kinds of metaverse related NFTs, fractionalization of those and land, and a bunch of other financial primitives around virtual real estate. So yeah, that's pretty much with Landworks. And with that, I'll give the mic to Adi, and she's going to give us an update on Metaportal.
Thank you. So over the past 2 weeks, we implemented all of the games pages. We managed to launch both web-based and desktop-based games through the portal. We also did some optimizations to improve the loading speed of the application. This week we started implementing the events pages and also the front end related to the transactions approval and signing. We also started building the website. It is almost ready, and hopefully next week we'll be able to test and release it shortly after that. That's on the development side. Apart from that, we've been reaching out some game developers to see what they might find useful within the portal. It seems like renting and lending of in-game assets is one of those things. And we've been also working on the documentation and the content for the website. I think that's it. We also have a new Twitter page for the Metaportal. We'll be releasing some updates, leaking stuff before the release, so make sure to give it a follow. That's all.
All right. Thanks, Adi. So yeah, those were the product updates. And as Adi said, we have Twitter pages for both our products. So make sure to follow both Landworks and Metaportal on Twitter. Landworks is at LandworksXYZ, and Metaportal is at Metaportal_GG. We're going to be leaking basically news updates and for Metaportal product screenshots and basically exclusive content while we're building the product. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And for Metaportal, obviously we can't put a hard date on it because building is quite dynamic and hard in their variables while we build, but we're probably optimistically a month away from the MVP. But let's keep our fingers crossed and see how everything goes. That's pretty much it on the product updates. We can jump in the next 20-30 minutes for community AMA. So if anyone has a question, raise your hand to speak and we'll invite you on stage.
Z, did you manage to configure the community AMA so that everyone can join and not request to be a speaker?
We have to move to the non-stage for that, but we
we're moving
were
to
kind of
voice channels from next week.
yeah, we were focused on recording this call right before this, so we didn't move it to the other channel. But next week we will.
Okay.
Yeah, quick update from my end as well for the Sharded Minds holders. We're now listed on Rarity Tools, so you can check the collection there. I know some of you were asking in the past few days. We were in contact with Rarity Tools, and today they sent us a confirmation that we're live. And yeah, I think this is actually a news from the past hour, so we haven't yet announced it in the Discord channel or in Twitter, but this is also something in place. But yeah, whoever is here is the first to know.
LFG.
LFG, we may hold up announcing it for an extra hour so you guys can go ahead and buy all the rare Sharded Minds all over the place. But yeah, that's the offer you get for joining the Discord AMAs. So yeah, if anyone has a question, feel free.
Other than opening the Rarity Tools site to checking the Rarity.
Everyone's on Rarity Tools right now. GM Heliax, or if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I hope so. That's a fine Sharded Mind you have there. But I'm not hearing you for any reason. For some reason.
I can't hear Alex either. I think that's how you say it.
We like your Sharded Mind, though. I should make mine a Sharded Mind.
Heliax, if you're having trouble with the mic, you can type your question in the community questions text channel and I'm going to answer it on stage. In the meantime, we have another one from IKEK123. What's up, IKEK?
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, good.
Yeah, okay, great. I'm new to this Sharded Minds and I like it. It's awesome. I've got 9 of them. My question really relates to the Vortex different from the other attributes. So I've got two landworks, wondering exactly how it connects to the landworks you've been mentioning, and maybe differentiate the vortex attribute from everything else.
Yeah, it's a good question. We can't give you all the details right now, but we're working on a bunch of things for both products, and you see that there's a Landworks vortex, there's the Metaportal vortexes, there's Nifty Island vortexes, and so on. Let us update you, not update you, but the whole community once we have something tangible in there. But we're working on a bunch of things right now, and all NFTs, and especially those, are going to have utilities within both products that we're building.
Okay, thanks. Just really
I'm
quickly,
sorry if I'm leaking too much alpha right now, but
yeah, understood. The vortex, it seems important more than other things. Is that something you could say yes to, or is that something you're going to hold off from saying anything?
I would say yes, but it also depends what you value. So obviously, the vortex could have a bit more utility, but some people value aesthetics and rarity of the trades themselves more than utility. So it depends on what you're into personally as well.
Yeah, I think my struggle for right now is figuring out, is this more of a utility project or a, rarity something? Because I've got a 3i, which is awesome. There's only 57 of those, and I love that. It's cool. But I imagine that the vortex has some potential benefit greater than having rarity on some of the other traits. But I'll let you get there when you're ready, and I'll just hold for now.
Sure, and I'll just say that it's definitely more of a utility project than a rarity project.
Thank you.
Good question. All right. Thanks, Psychic.
I think a lot of our community Z is used to that like every trait counts thing in Fluff, which I think that not a lot of projects do. Or actually, that's the only project I know that gives utility for every single trait and has their utility based on the rarity of the NFT. That's the only project I know that does that, except for Party Bears. But yeah, I think that what you guys should like look how you guys should look at these for now is that this team is like building some super cool products and that are haven't really been used or seen by the space yet. So it'll probably be different than Fluffs, like how they build out their utility for these NFTs and stuff. And Fluffs are really fun, but there's a lot of different cool ways to provide utility for NFTs than just the way that they do it. And the EnterDAO team is going to show us another and like more really great ways. But yeah, I love the whole every trait counts thing. And yeah, but like he was saying too, is I don't know for sure if they do have anything like that planned, but I know whatever they do have planned is going to be super cool and awesome. And you guys got to remember that NFTs like Bored Ape Yacht Club and Punks, the collectors of those NFTs buy based on rarity, and they don't have any promises of utility attached to those traits. Like the DMT captain hat in the Bored Ape Yacht Club is like the coolest trait, but nobody gets anything for having it. So yeah, I think that a lot of you guys are used to Fluffs, have been like a little pampered over there. But yeah, there'll be some awesome utility for these sharded mines, even if the way it gets released is a little different.
For sure.
And I would add that like that question is impossible to even answer regardless. Like even if you ask the fluff community, like, oh, is the I don't know, the raspberry ripple fur more important than the ice cream fur? Like no one really knows, you know. Like it's all speculation. So and
You get free ice cream.
yeah, I mean, I like the raspberry ripple, so you know, like it's all just preference. But until the utility comes out, that's just NFTs.
Yep. And we have Heliax, who was earlier on stage, but had mic issues. So he has the question of if governance will be on layer 1 or layer 2. Governance is already live on layer 1, and this is where it's going to stay for now. And we have kind of like a 3-step governance process, with the first step being just discussing various proposals in the forum. For example, I opened up one last week regarding a grants program for landworks and people that are designing stages in the central land. So the forum is the first step, where it's basically just a place for us to brainstorm and get iterations on ideas that would later evolve into proposals. And then we have another 2 steps for proposals. So the first one is a snapshot, which basically shows the community sentiments on a vote. So snapshot would be a concrete proposal with the option to vote yes, no, or whatever. And after snapshot comes the official on-chain governance, where it actually costs. So snapshots, I think, is just signing of messages, so it doesn't cost transaction fees. And then the official governance that really counts is on layer 1 Ethereum, and this is on the DAO website, where people can open up proposals or vote on proposals. So this is a 3-step process, and most of the proposals that are going to end up in the official layer 1 final step of governance, they already most probably would have been through either the forum or a snapshot. So I hope this all clears the governance process. Daniel Chaos asked, what role does the NFT play in our project? So we've talked about this a bunch of times. So first and foremost, and most importantly, the NFTs are going to be having utility within both of our products. The NFTs are also a tool to expand our community and also provide NFT gated access to different events within games and different metaverses. There's also an article on that for Shattered Mind, so check out our Medium. It's pretty much explains this in a bit more detail. Maximus XO, when Burrows renting? It's a good question. To give you guys some source from the dev kitchen, basically, we launched Landworks with Decentraland renting just because everything that everything that you guys can do with Decentraland is permissionless and open, and we were able to launch Landworks and the renting of land within Decentraland without actually effort on the side of Decentraland, just because their tokens, the NFT tokens allowed for that, and also basically their whole platform. With Burrows and everything else, we'll need a bit of help, or not exactly, well, yes, help, but also approval on the product on the other side, that they want to integrate with Landworks. And with Burrows, obviously, as the communities are quite tight, that's pretty much the case. So we're currently working with their tech team to make that happen, but it shouldn't take too long, I guess. So obviously, I can't commit to deadlines because there are 2 parties involved, but shouldn't be too far. I would say probably this month. So should be good. But once again, don't take this as a hard deadline, because it depends on their tech team, and it depends on basically aligning both communities as well. And this is also this same process goes for any other metaverse that we're going to integrate into Landworks. So obviously, we want to integrate CryptoVoxels, we want to integrate Sandbox at some time, and we want to keep building on top of Landworks. Cool. So I think I've answered all of the text questions in the community questions channel.
I've got to hop, guys. I have a hard stop, but
All right, Ty.
Godspeed, everyone. I love all of y'all.
Love you, Ty. I appreciate you.
I had a question, and I just because I forget the answer. There's like backgrounds and songs on these. Were we gonna one day be able to swap those, or is that not a thing?
It's a good question. We're actually looking at this. So it's more of a technical question, and we'll need some time to answer it. So if we're able to swap them at some point without upgrading the NFT contracts, we'll probably do it. But we're looking into it right now. And some more alpha on the NFTs is that you can now download the music and the basically the character PNG separately, and so we'll be able to download the video background as well. So we're having this fluff underground kind of feature that basically enables you to download the different modules or elements from the NFT. And we're looking into basically making those traits swappable, but I can't really promise that right now.
Just FYI, it's not live yet. It will become in the next week or so.
All right, so we're testing it right now, but it's almost developed.
Nice, that's cool. Yeah, because I've been needing to grab a high-res image of my sharded mind.
Nice. I see some more community questions lined up. Is there a link collab with the Nifty Island project? I'm not sure by link he means a hyperlink or just a.
He means like, is there a collaboration?
Nothing official, nothing that we can announce yet, but we very much want to have, and we're working to have an NFT gated island. By NFT gated, I mean for sharded mine holders only island within Nifty Island, and we're going to be using the Nifty Island alpha version to build that island, and we have a cool place for anyone to jump in and have fun in. So yeah, we're quite tight, and we're working on cooking up something nice for you. And the next question is, will there be multi-chain solutions possible? Integrating land NFTs from ETH, Sol, Solana, Terra, etc.
I can jump in and answer that if you want.
Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, the only reason why Landworks is deployed only on Ethereum is that there's no other metaverse that's being integrated that requires us to go somewhere else. For example, if we integrate something that's living or based on Polygon or Optimism or Arbitrum, you name it, we'll be able to very easily deploy those contracts there and run Landworks into that chain. So Landworks will go multi-chain after the integration of, or with the integration of other metaverses, but they would be focused on Solidity-based or EVM-based networks initially.
Yeah, we're obviously thinking that there will be a lot of multi-chain opportunities going forward, and something which we're also super passionate about, but we haven't figured it out yet, is basically NFT interoperability between different metaverses and games. So this is something that we're also keeping a close eye on, and this is why we want to enable basically renting of all kinds of in-games NFTs as well. I think we've answered everything from the text channel. If there aren't any more questions in the next minute or two, we can wrap it up. And as usual, we're going to be having these calls every second Wednesday so every 2 weeks or on this time. I think it's a good time, and we're going to be recording those. We'll probably move to a voice channel, so it's a bit easier for people to jump in. And as usual, the text question channel will be open. So if people don't want to speak with voice, that's perfectly fine for all you announcers out there. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Appreciate everyone jumping in. Stay tuned on all the channels. We'll be continuing to leak alpha and to basically build there's so much shit to build. And even as the thing is that we have ideas about products and we start building those and we build those, for example, with Landwork, but in the process of building, the team gets new product ideas or how those products will evolve going forward. So we're super excited to be building all of these. And for example, the fractionalization idea for land and also for renting all kinds of other NFTs. We started working on that in the last 1 month. So yeah. And by the way, if you have any idea whether it's about our products, use the Discord, use the forum. We're always open to building new stuff and making our products better and bringing more value to the community and the Web2 metaverse. So yeah, get active, guys. That's pretty much it for today. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.